Yeah, that's okay. So we are going to go in then to the second relegation game. fnatic versus Gravitas Gaming. Top left will be Gravitas Gaming. Emo low on Rogue. Eli on Priest. Selex on the Mage. And then for fnatic, Reagan on Warrior. Glix will be coming in with the Ret Paladin. And Hafu is going to be Resto Shaman. So this is the challenge that they face. Top RMP team versus what seems to be not a desperate team, but certainly not playing a comfortable class comp. Can they overcome the RMP? And really, I'm going to be following Gravitas off the beginning. I'll probably go with Emo Lol because his opener will be important and his target, but also we're going to be watching really why Reagan and Glix decide to do and why. Let's see if... And you're going against Eli now, such a more experienced Priest than they previously played in their group. And Bop might not be able to save Hafu this time. And fnatic are going to bunk up against that pillar and are going to want to sit defensive and take the fight over into their half. Emo low, 110 energy, mace and dagger in hand. Looking for a sap onto Glick, does get it. Maybe they're going to call the Priest in for dispels onto Glick. Doesn't seem to be the case. Actually, they're dispelling down Reagan, so they are going to concentrate their DPS onto him. No, Glix is going to be out. As you can see, Repentance, that's going to be taken off with a Dispel. Emo low, getting some penance, going to go still back onto Reagan. And Reagan nicely actually backed up there with Hafu in that situation. No fear onto Hafu yet. In comes a Tremor Totem, nicely dropped. Reagan also gets an intercept onto Eli, so they've extended this fight quite nicely, fnatic at the moment. Emo low still sits onto the back of Reagan. He is put in stun. Shield is up. Kidney Shot going to wear off any second. Earth Shield there as well, not being dispelled down. Finally does get dispelled. Hafu put into a sheep. Reagan having to play maybe defensive intercepts away from the fight. And there comes a defensive stance and a spell reflect. Shield wall also used as he gets put into cheap shot. No dismantle coming out, so that shield wall's going to stay. In comes a master spell. Hafu still in a good position to heal right now, and Eli dropping low, and in comes the Blade Storm. And let's follow Eli as he's having to get away, and does get away from Reagan somehow. But now they switch to Emo low. Sits low, gets healed up. Reagan dropping dangerously low, down to 3k, intercepts onto the Priest. In comes a Poly onto, which was Hafu, and now follows in a Fear. So Reagan got to sit through all this damage. In comes a Mind Blast, Shadow of Death, surely. They go offensively onto Selex to try and stop as much damage as possible, and somehow Reagan, still slightly alive, gets taken out of that stun with a Freedom, and is still alive, and it's absolutely amazing where he's doing at the moment. 1k, and Hafu surely is being put into a sheep. There comes a Spell Reflect, 1 HP onto Reagan, and finally goes down. And, well, you can't argue at all with fnatic's performance in that round. They played absolutely brilliantly to stay alive. They almost got 2 kills onto Eli, then Emo low, unsuccessfully low, and Selex was left to play for too long and had all the control in the world onto Hafu, followed up with a good backup of also a Fear. Left Reagan at too much of a health deficit to actually heal up.
Yeah, at the start of the game, Hafu was pretty much free to do what she wanted, but then as soon as fnatic needed to get their kill, and as soon as Gravitas tried to get their kill off on Reagan, the sheep started coming in, the counterspells came in, the fears came in, and it was really difficult. And had Hafu had Eli in line of sight when they almost had the kill and had been able to get quite a few purges off, I think they could have taken that. Yeah,
the only mistake I saw from fnatic was I do believe that that Blade Storm was used and then he didn't get onto his target. Reagan wanted to kill the Priest, Eli, and had he have actually got that Blade Storm on, I could have almost guaranteed that probably would have been a kill. He knew that he lost his target. He then went and decided his Blade Storm would be put onto Emo low, which got him low, but 2 low targets is, an okay situation to be, but, with Prayer of Mending being available and also a Mage to lock down, either one of the DPS, probably Glix in that situation if they wanted to, wasn't going to work out. So the only small mistake that they made, and it kind of cost them the game. Also, Reagan did allow a Fear to come up onto Hafu, but he was trying to line of sight the best he could, and unfortunately left to be feared after the sheep. Probably couldn't have stopped it either way, but still, brilliant play from both teams, and Gravitas really, I say outplaying, but really kind of comping fnatic there, as I do think they did play superbly.